I love musical theatre, and you're absolutely smashing it in every possible way. Musical theatre star, amazing podcaster. Now you are bringing your show to the stage, and let alone this, we haven't even started on the book that you've got out as well. Is it like a pinch me moment for you now at where you're at?
Yeah, I feel like every day something happens where I'm like, this is crazy. If I had seen this happening a couple of years ago, I'd have been like, oh my gosh. And I do think it's always good to think like that. Obviously, there's some days where you don't, but it helps me like stay grounded, I think, to kind of think about where I was a couple of years ago and, what me as a child would have thought about what I'm doing now. I would have probably just been in awe and not believed that this is my life. Um, so yeah, it's been a crazy couple of years and a crazy process, and I think it's been particularly really, really busy this year, which has been amazing. Because I'm not actually in a theatre contract right now, so I've been able to kind of take on lots of other little bits and things that I've always wanted to do. And yeah, now I'm doing my own show, which is really, really cool, and something I honestly never thought I would be confident enough to do. But yeah, it's so much fun. I can't wait for you to come and watch.
Absolutely. And we are really lucky because we get your curtain call show. And this is the last one, isn't it, on the tour? The 29th, you're at the Lowry. I am super, super excited. What can we expect?
Well, do you know what? I was doing interviews before my very first show, and people were asking me what to expect, and I was kind of making it up because I didn't know yet. I didn't know what they could expect because I wasn't really sure how it was going to run or how it was going to come out. But now I've done 4 shows, so I can tell you that you can expect lots of, obviously stagey fun, lots of silly games, some performances, chatting, advice with guests, and just kind of relatable big sister energy. I think I have lots of people who come and watch the show who are, they love musical theatre, or they followed me from the start, or they maybe want to go into musical theatre in the future, and I just love kind of getting to chat and share my experiences in just a really kind of level way. I think often the musical theatre industry can be a little bit gate-kept and a little bit we don't really talk about it, secretive. So I've really enjoyed kind of getting into it and actually chatting about what really does happen, because it's not always glitz and glam. Yeah, but the show is really fun. Maybe a couple quick changes in there. You will see. I don't
Oh,
want to give too much away.
no, 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 don't. I mean, what has it been like for those audience members? Because you have got such a strong fan base. Have you had any memorable reactions from audience members so far?
It's actually been really lovely getting to meet some audience members as well. I do a meet and greet before the show for people who have got the VIP tickets, and it's so lovely to actually see how invested they are and how much they love musicals, and also see their parents' reactions. I think a lot obviously I meet kids, adults, all sorts, but a lot of the time it's the parents' reactions which really get me, because they're like, I didn't have a clue who you were, and I loved the show, and I love how enthusiastic you make my daughter about musical theatre, and it just makes me feel so proud. And I just think nowadays, young people can, be obsessed with anything in the world. They can love anything, and I think I feel so proud that it's musicals that they do love, and I hope that I'm bringing that to more people, and bringing a little bit of joy to more people. But there has been some wholesome interactions at Stage Door after the show as well. And yeah, it's a very interactive show. So if I'm
Well,
basically
I
just
know
chatting
you
to the
like
audience the whole
I know
time.
you like your interactions, and I know you like your quizzes. So
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of a quiz for you right now. A little bit
Oh
of a
my God.
surprise, not expecting this.
Okay.
It's finished the lyric. So as a theatre kid, you are gonna smash this. I know this, Hannah. And
Oh my gosh, don't speak too soon.
I've chosen these from shows that have been on stage in Manchester. Okay. So that might
Okay,
give you a little bit of a clue. All right. Are you ready for your first show lyric?
I'm locked in.
Okay. All right. Tomorrow we'll discover what our God in heaven has in.
Store? Was that
Yay!
right? That was a guess. I have no idea what that is. What's that
That's one
from?
day more. from Les Mis.
Oh my God, out of context.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is. It's
But
when you
you got
don't
it
hear it in the
right.
tune. Okay, I'll take it. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have admitted that I didn't know that.
Okay. Are
Okay,
you ready for number 2? I'm
ready.
not throwing away my shot. Oh, I've said it. I've said it.
I knew that one anyway. Don't worry.
Musical. What musical is it from?
Hamilton.
Yay. Brilliant.
I'm just like
Okay.
my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
Shut.
There we go.
I'm gonna be a proper quiz master now. I will not fail on this one. Lost in history, we're free to take our crowning.
Glory for 5 more minutes. We're 6.
I
I'd
had to
like to
get
think I'd
it.
get that one right.
And finally, the last one is less of a Marilyn, more of a
Jackie.
and the musical. The
Very
musical.
good. The musical Legally Blonde. I feel like you're wearing a very we kind of both are on
We
brand for
are.
that musical.
I'm kind of in my Legally Blonde wannabe Glinda era. Toss, toss.
I love that for you. Iconic. I can see that as well. The blonde, gorgeous hair, the pink jumper, the pink nails. Come on, Michelle.
There you go. I know. Well done. Talking of Legally Blonde, I know that is one of your favourite musicals, isn't it? And it's
Oh,
coming
it
to
is.
Manchester
Oh,
with
no
Amber
way.
Davis. I want you to be in it, Hannah.
Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. No, I'm excited to come and watch it. I think it'll be nearer me than Manchester. What theatre is it going to be in?
At the Opera House next November.
Oh, that is a gorgeous theatre. I did SpongeBob the musical there.
I saw you do it.
No way. Yeah, I did SpongeBob there a couple of years ago. So it's a beautiful theatre. And my main memory of that theatre is all the steps up to the dressing room. I just have vivid memories of that being really high. And in the ensemble, in between every interval, end of every show, we were all up all those stairs. But hey, grateful for it. We've got quads of steel.
I absolutely love that. Have you got a dream guest going forward for your podcast? Because you get some
Ooh.
great names on there.
Yeah, do you know, we've had a couple names. I'm like, how have we made this happen? Aston Marigold from JLS, and I was like trying to keep it cool the whole time. For me, it's people who have this like amazing way of mixing the worlds. So people who are in musical theatre but have, you know, I'm not happy with every single guest because I think everyone has so much to bring. But people who are in musical theatre and then maybe have something else they're doing as well that we can talk about and get into. So my dream guest has always been Rachel Zegler. I just think that would be incredible. She's obviously a musical theatre girly through and through, but has so many other facets to her career, and it's just, I mean, amazing. She won like Glamour Woman of the Year this year, so she might be slightly busy. But yeah, anyone like that, anyone from Glee, anyone from like those OG shows. And honestly, I just love having people on that just are passionate about musical theatre and just want to share their story and share their experiences and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, honestly, Leah Michelle, Rachel Zegler. You've actually
Um,
met Rachel. Didn't you meet her backstage at West End Live?
I did meet her, yeah, and I was too nervous to be like, "Hi, can you come on my podcast?" Because she must get that all the time. So I was just trying to play it cool, you know. And I was just like, "Hey, do you want to do this TikTok with me?" She was like, "Yeah, sure." She was really sweet. She was honestly really, really kind. And she's obviously then done Evita for the summer, which she absolutely smashed it in. I saw so many videos of the balcony every night, which I loved. So yeah, she would definitely be a dream guest.
Yeah, and in terms of co-stars, have you got a dream co-star for
Ooh,
musical theatre? Is there somebody you would love to work with?
interesting question. Um, I have always wanted to work with Lucy Jones, and I'm friends with Lucy. I know Lucy, but we've never actually worked together. We've kind of just like met at events and done. I did her podcast, and we've done a couple of little bits together. but anyone who I know who's worked with her on a contract has said how lovely and gracious she is as a leading lady, and how well she leads a company. And I would just love to do a job with her. And there's loads of people. Oh my gosh, I've never really thought about it. My dream co-star. I'm gonna have to start writing a list.
Yeah, there's lots out there. I really am with you on Lucy Jones, though. I met her
Mhm.
at the 13 going on 30
Yeah,
rehearsals and premiere, and she was absolutely lovely. And I think,
she's delightful.
people like yourself really kind of attract the younger audiences because you're so nice, because you're so open to get into musical theatre. And, in terms of advice, would you have liked that when you were younger to have role models to look up to? Because I think it's a different era now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very different now. I think now, when I was growing up, we saw these stars. I remember like being obsessed with Jessie J, and I saw these stars, but there wasn't really any way for me to learn unless I bought a magazine where she did an interview or something like that. There wasn't really any way to like learn more about them as a person. It was all kind of their persona and their what they did on stage and on TV and stuff. So I do think now it's incredible to actually get to share the real person behind behind all the glitz and the glam, and kind of just keep it real for people. There were definitely people growing up when YouTube started to become a thing. There were people growing up that I would watch and get to know, but not really in the musical theatre. Well, there was Carrie Hope Fletcher. Sorry, just give me a second. Like, obviously, the icon, they're like OG YouTube musical theatre icon. So I obviously used to watch all of Carrie's videos. So I'd say she's definitely like a role model from growing up, but there wasn't that many. And I think now with TikTok and more short form content and stuff, people are, you go on TikTok and type in London musical theatre, and there's so many musical theatre performers like telling you about themselves and telling you about their day to day, like how it works and stuff like that. And I think that's amazing.
Absolutely. And I think you're inspiring others to actually get into the industry. I know you're a self-confessed theatre kid. I am too. I was born with jazz hands in the air. What has been the most theatre kid thing that you've ever probably done in your life? Can you narrow it down?
What, the most stagey thing I've ever done?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I feel like maybe West End Live was obviously incredibly stagey, like going on stage at Trafalgar Square in front of all of those theatre lovers was incredible. But if we're talking more like day-to-day stagey things, I feel like it's every day. I can't narrow it down. It's every day. I do stagey things. I mean, I've got some audition horror stories, which I thought I was being super stagey and actually ended up falling flat on my face. I once did an audition, and the floor, it wasn't the floor's fault, but the floor was carpeted. And in my song, which was a song, not a dance, in my song, I decided to put in a dance break. Don't know why, just it was just part of the routine. And it was called Show Off from the Drowsy Chaperone. And he goes, "You'll never see this." And I go, "Ball, change, kick." And like, it's super stagey. And the floor was carpeted. And I went, "Ball, change, kick." And then my bottom leg just slid from underneath me. And I just like fell on the floor like this. But the stagiest thing about it was that I carried on. I didn't miss a beat. "You'll never see this." Got up from the floor. They were all like, "Oh my gosh, you okay?" And I was like, I'm fine. Never see this. Boom, never see that. And carried on. And I got a recall. So I feel like it worked in my favor, to be honest.
Absolutely, a true trooper. Are you going to be doing that kind of routine and ritual before you go on stage for How Very Hannah?
I fear not. No. We're keeping it slightly more low key. I say low key, it's never low key.
Never.
But yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm not going near any carpeted floor at the at the Lowry.
Cool. Last thing I'm going to ask before you head off is what is the dream for you now?
Um, it's weird because when I'm in a contract, I'm, having the best time and loving doing a show, and it's so fulfilling doing a show every night and getting to perform on stage. But this last year, since I left Six, has kind of taught me that there's so many different ways to do musical theatre and to fulfill that part. You know, working on the book, working on the podcast, on the live shows, these are all things that actually are making me so happy. So obviously the dream is to continue performing in musicals, and doing some dream shows, because I've got a long list of dream shows. But yeah, I just want to continue like sharing that journey, and hopefully influencing more people to love musicals the same way I do. I'm just so happy with everything that's happening right now. It's hard to think, what more do I want, you know? Because I feel just so grateful to be in the position that I am, and I do have another job starting soon, which is really exciting. So I think once I'm doing that, I feel even more fulfilled and happy, and yeah, just ready to take on whatever comes next.
Oh, can we have a clue to what you might be doing?
No, sorry.
Oh, yeah. How
No,
long
it's
you
not
till
my
then?
choice. It's not my choice, sadly. I would probably get fired before I even
I'm
started.
excited. I'm so excited for you, and I'm so
Me
happy
too.
for you. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep being completely stagey, and how very Hannah, because we love it.
Thank you so much, Michelle.